And we're now joined by Jana Tarleton with Game Day for Heroes, a good friend of ours. So, Jana, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Tell us a little bit about what you do and safe trips up to Gadsden for the holidays.
Well, thank you, Mason. I'm actually in L.A. somewhere.
Lower Alabama, right?
Exactly. Have absolutely no idea where I am, in the middle of nowhere. But we do Game Day for Heroes, and we're really excited to have quite a few tickets donated for games this weekend. We have folks that aren't able to go to games for various reasons or just purchase tickets to donate back to Game Day for Heroes. And then we have military, wounded, active, veterans that we are able to provide tickets to because they request them on our website, which, of course, I will plug that right now at www.gamedayforheroes.org, all one word. And we've got folks this weekend going to quite a few games, actually. Clemson Citadel game.
There you go.
Yeah, I had some tickets donated for that. And folks are going to the Georgia-Kentucky game. Got some great club-level seats donated there. Really excited folks. And the person actually that was the lucky person to go to that game just got back from deployment last Saturday. And so he's going with his mom and dad and his wife. So
we were talking about it with Colonel Young and Colonel Mullen. You know, they both served, and just puts it in perspective for you with these guys. We get to sit up here for 2 hours and talk about football, but they're just so thankful to be able to come to a game. So encourage anybody to, if you're not using tickets, I mean, you can't hold on to them. So I mean, why not give them to something like that to give some guys a little bit of a relief from coming back from war? A little bit of a getaway.
It's definitely true. I mean, here he actually got back last Saturday, and he was just stunned. On our website, he actually said, an estimated date of when he'd get back, and he actually got back early, which is unusual, and he just couldn't believe it. And just when I said, "Oh, so who are you taking?" He was like, "I'm going to take my mom and my dad and my wife," and I was like, it just made my heart happy because that's why we do the program is to try to let everybody know that serves our country and fights for our freedom, how much we appreciate them. And I know I've told you this before, but there's nothing more awesome than the college fans being able to go to a game that wouldn't ordinarily get to go. And that's why this program has, I think, been so great and has done so well is because we all love college football. We all love our military. And if you're not able to go to the games, there's no point in, letting the tickets just sit there on the kitchen countertop and then throw them in the trash can, donate them back, and you get a tax write-off for it. So it's really great. And on top of that, we actually had tickets to an Alabama game this weekend, which is very unusual for us. We very rarely get Alabama tickets donated, but saw somebody out on Facebook was trying to sell them, and we just hit them back on Facebook, said, "Hey, think about donating them to us," and they immediately turned around, donated them to us, and said, "Sorry, folks that wanted to buy them, I'm donating them to the military." So that was pretty exciting.
Well, talk about how you got the idea to start this. Just give our listeners a little bit of of starting Game Day for Heroes.
Yeah, a little bit of history on it. My husband and I are actually Auburn graduates, and I was president of our local alumni club, and we were in Columbus, Phoenix City area, and I've known Mason for a very long time, so I appreciate him helping us out here and getting the word out in the Clemson area. And our club we have to have a community service project as part of our agreement with the Alumni Association, and someone worked at Fort Benning that was one of the members of our club and said there were some, young guys coming back that weren't able to go home for Thanksgiving, and if any tickets got donated to any game, let him know, and he would make sure that he got them there. And that's what kind of gave us the idea. We raised some funds and purchased some season tickets to the Auburn game. And I guess, what happened was completely unexpected. Our friends that are Georgia fans, they said, "Oh, we're not going to the game. You think you can get them to somebody?" And that was kind of what got the whole thing started. And it just snowballed from there. And now we're in over 30 colleges started this in 2009 with 6 tickets, and due to just word of mouth and folks like you that are helping us get the word out, we've got donors from over 30 colleges. We've got donors from bowl games. What we see happen are a lot of folks that are able to pre-purchase bowl game tickets will purchase for the games that they think their team may end up going to, just based on the conferences and all that. We know how that's always subject to change. And so a lot of times their team doesn't make it to that bowl. And so they'll turn around and donate them back to us. And we had I think we had 8 bowl games last year. We actually had military attend, and a lot of it was that reason. So, it's a neat organization.
And y'all work hard. You do it out of your house. You don't, have some big office or anything. So this is definitely, I guess, what do you call it, grassroots. It's just an idea that's,
We don't take salaries. We don't have office space. We definitely are beginning, because of the growth, to incur expense. Mm-hmm. We hope to start working on sponsors, and that's something that we'll start working on after this football season, because we did spend the majority of this last 6 months working on a new website, which really we had to have. We had gotten too big, and we literally were manually entering every donor and every military request into an Excel spreadsheet every night. We would get emails, and we would go in and enter them into an Excel spreadsheet. So we raised some funds, and were able to, and got a lot of people to donate in kind to develop a website, and that's helped us out a great deal, just from an organizational standpoint. Still have a few minor technical difficulties. Works a lot better than some other national websites that have been in the news recently. But we had a couple of bugs at the beginning of the season, and we got all those worked out. And, we're just excited about the growth that we're going to see. And we're just looking forward to adding more colleges. I mean, we had a goal to try to get at least 2 season tickets that are top 25, prefer the top 50 most requested colleges, which of course are the top 50 colleges are basically in the rankings. Everybody wants to get a game, but then a lot of folks they may be a fan of Clemson or Tennessee or Oregon or who knows, that they're stationed somewhere else. And if they can just get to a game that's close to where they're stationed, they just want to experience college football.
That's right. And talk about
exciting. Mm-hmm.
That is very, well. I'm looking at now. Last year, I think y'all were at the Auburn, Texas A&M. That was their military day. And I'm looking at this ESPN article in SEC country. A Marine keeps his promise. A great article. I'm not sure, but I mean it's a great talking about your Game Day for Heroes and just getting the word out. But have you been in contact with national exposure, places like ESPN? You can hop on with one of those guys. Definitely, spread the word out.
We've definitely sent emails and emailed their marketing folks, tried to make some phone calls. And, one day we know that one person is going to turn around and say something to Kurt Herbstreit, Chris Fowler, who knows, try to get some ESPN coverage for us. It would be great. We would love that. I think that what we do is different than any other organization because we are so in touch with the individual military. We have them tailgate with us at games. We look for tailgates at other colleges where tickets are donated. So it's not always just, giving the ticket. It's giving them the game day experience, hence, Game Day for Heroes. Right. And, we do need that one little person to get us where we need to go. But as you well know, starting something up new, just like you've done such a great job.
Oh, good grief. No.
Well, listen, y'all have done so awesome with y'all's call-in show, and it's quite impressive. I was sad I was traveling and unable to pick it up on my phone today. I couldn't get it, but in kind of middle of nowhere, coming in from Panama City Beach, kind of tough heading up to North Alabama.
In L.A.
Yeah, lower Alabama doesn't have very many cell phone towers in certain areas, so. But, we just want to get the word out. We hope Clemson,
Clemson, they're having a big military, Colonel Young was telling, they've got the scroll of honor right by the stadium, which has all the names of Clemson alumni that have died in any war. You've got that.
I actually, when we went up to Clemson a couple of years ago,
that Auburn game.
Oh wow! Let me tell you, I walked
pretty
around
unbelievable.
Campus. That is such a beautiful campus there, and it was, I think, fairly new, and we walked by, and I didn't know anything about it, and I just stopped in my tracks, and I was like, oh wow, this is so cool, and it was so close to the stadium. I just love how Clemson did that wonderful monument or the memorial for that. I mean, it's just and it's beautiful. I mean, that's just. It's a pretty little spot, and it's right here by the stadium. So
it gives people perspective on the ball game. I mean, I love it. Bradley, but come on. I mean, these guys, tomorrow I think they're actually going to let them walk in the west end zone there at halftime, which will be pretty from all the different wars that are be able to go down there, which will be really unique. And they'll have the flyover, and they'll have all the different events. But hopefully it won't rain tomorrow. So, please don't rain on Military Day. But no, but well, just tell game day. So y'all have, y'all were originally, more Auburn, and have you expanded into the rest of the country more? I mean, where's the furthest reach you've gotten?
Believe it or not, this season we have had donors, from Oregon. We've actually had two folks donate tickets to the Oregon game, and then we had, I guess Cal was the other. So Oregon and Cal, we have Colorado, I think. Let's see, we had Colorado, Cal, Oregon, and then, of course, Texas A&M, being military as well. They've been very great supporters, and we actually this is a kind of a neat little tidbit on this. Our military likes to give back, too, and that's one thing that's so touching about what we do. And we had a military person from Texas A&M that was actually a recipient of tickets. 2 years ago, called us up at the beginning of the year, and he said, hey, I want to give back. I'm going to host a tailgate at the Texas A&M UTEP game. And he hosted a tailgate, got food donated. All of the folks that had tickets went to the tailgate. He got radio, television. It was so awesome. So here was somebody that was a recipient of tickets who we are wanting to thank, turning around and giving back to his fellow brothers and sisters that fought with him in the military and did a tailgate and did it in our, with Game Day for Heroes name on it, just to say thank you for doing what we did for him, and he just had a great experience. So, our military, they're so awesome, and they're so appreciative. But they're burning my phone up right now, thinking they're going to get Alabama Auburn tickets, and I can there's not any Alabama Auburn tickets.
Yeah, I was going to be, back in Columbus. My goodness, the tickets. I mean, with it being a big game like it is, good grief, it's probably hard enough for, a lot of people to get them. So,
they're getting on us there in price. It looks like, but we're just excited to have the growth, and with us purchasing season tickets, we know that we'll have
guaranteed
any game, whether it's a lesser important game. They're all important. That
those guys don't care. They're just happy to get to go.
Really don't. They just, it's amazing, and if it works, we just are lucky that we are able to do something like that. But like I said, we hope to have more tickets donated from other colleges, continue our growth, looking for those supporters that just, may want to, we do. We have people that even purchase tickets that already have season tickets, but then they purchase additional ones and donate them back to us. And like I said, it's a tax write-off. So a lot of times when you look at not being able to sell them or taking a loss on it or just not to deal with having to deal with selling them, we're always that great option to look at.
Exactly.
And you're putting them into the hands of folks that I can promise you are so appreciative. And it's just amazing that, I grew up in a wonderful family full of Alabama folks. And I defected and took that wonderful title family and went to Auburn.
Right. Well, we had Danny Ford from Gadsden. Well, we had a native.
Gadsden is a great town, but we're just huge football, whether it's high school football or college football. That I grew up around football, and the idea of, I just going to a game was just what you did. There wasn't. I just didn't think anything about it. And you get to meet so many folks that just don't have that opportunity. And now with the price of the tickets, goodness gracious, $75, $85, $95. It's hard for everybody to go. And then you think about our military and their families that have been left behind while they've been deployed, and just being able to provide to them something that gives them a day to spend as a family is really just a really small sacrifice. So we hope that anybody checks out Game Day for Heroes. We actually do basketball, baseball as well. It's not quite as big, but there's some of those colleges out there that are more basketball colleges than they are, football. And we hope to have some basketball tickets. I know we already getting a couple of requests for some tickets and for basketball. And so we'll venture out, and as we grow, we'll keep plugging along and hope to get more folks involved and get the word out more. And like I said, hopefully we'll get some good national coverage for some of the larger networks at some point. I know sometimes it's timing and getting the right person. So one day that'll happen, and we'll just keep plugging along and trying to do it. But it's folks like you and everybody that just, helping us get the word out. That's what we need.
Right.
So.
Well, Jana, we appreciate you being with us, and you can find them on say the website again and the Twitter again one more time, and safe travels up to Gadsden for Thanksgiving, and who knows, may see you over at the Iron Bowl. But thanks again for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate it, and all you do for the military, the servicemen and women, and the organization y'all started, pretty remarkable. So thanks again.
Well, thank you, and just tell everybody to check out www.gamedayforheroes.org, and they can follow us on Twitter at GameDay4Heroes. So just check us out, and we're also on Facebook. Got a pretty active Facebook page at Game Day for Heroes as well. So thanks for getting the word out for us, and y'all have a great weekend, and make sure everybody that's listening, tell a service member thank you for what they do.
That's right, exactly. We're purple tomorrow. So thanks again, Jana. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day and a great calling show.
All right, Jana. That's Jana Tarleton from Game Day for Heroes, and unbelievable what they do for our military people, getting those tickets to those guys that, they're just appreciative to go no matter who you play. You see people, throw all set of those tickets like, oh, I don't want to waste my time to that game. But those guys, they're appreciative to whatever they get. It's a getaway for them. Heck, they've been over in the war, and they get to come to a college football game, so we ought to definitely thank a service member tomorrow, and definitely wear your purple. But we're taking a quick little break on WSBF FM Clemson. Come back, wrap up the show, and get on to the next show on WSBF. So stay with us on Checking the Southland Sports.
What would happen?